Okay, so the first thing we need to do is turn the bones that sit in pose mode and start duplicate parent bones from. Now, if I move the whole thing together, and this one also has location, rotation, and into the rest position of it. However, the tail position does inform. I'm going to roll this bone
Hello, it's Markham Torch here from Markham 3D, and this single bone. Let's press Z to just go into wireframe mode. Let's press Tab to go into edit mode. From here, I'm just going to press E to extrude along the Z axis, and we're going to separate kind of these two parts. If we kind of have a look from here, we can see that this is the rotation point in this pin here. Let's press numpad 3, go to side view, and if we select this piece here, we can see that the armature is not actually sitting at the center point. So let's go Shift S to parent, and I'm going to use with empty groups. So at the moment, if I go into pose mode and we select this bone and we rotate, we can see that it's not being affected by anything. So let's go back into object mode and let's select our pin now, and we can see over here on the right hand side under vertex groups that we have bone and bone 001. So this would be our bone because that was our first one, and then this one here is bone 001. Now it's very important that we name our bones correctly before we do all this, because if I were to, and I'm going to click left click on our armature, make sure the armature and I'm going to click assign, and then from here, if I go into object mode, select our armature, and we go into pose mode, I can now rotate, and you can see that this piece here is now rotating with this bone. Now let's do it with the other section. Let's go back into object mode. I'm going to select this, and then shift a left click on our armature, make sure the armature is selected last, Control P to set our parent with empty groups once again, select our object. Now we go back into edit mode, we can see that we've got our two bones. Now I've already got the top part selected. From here, bone 001, which is that top bone, assign. I'm going to press Control I to invert our selection. Select the vertex group bone, which is the bottom one, assign. And now if I go back into object mode, tab, let's select our armature, let's go to pose mode, and
lights were on, and I thought you might be home. I wasn't sure.
In this video, you're going to learn how to hand and then E to extrude to here. It's not so picky with the up and down, so I didn't lock it to any axis now. Bone F2, upper leg, dot L, this bone, pole bone, and basically it's nothing else than this mode. And if I move this leg now, you see there's no dotted line here, so we need to connect this leg to his root bone here. So I'll make sure that I select this upper leg first, shift select his root bone, press Ctrl P and do make parent but keep offset, and that created this little dotted line here, and that means that his leg is now connected. Okay, now we can go back into pose mode, so I'll press Ctrl Tab and go to pose mode and select this joint here, and that's important here, the chain length needs to be set to 2 because it's only going to affect this bone and this bone here. What we've done now when we've enabled inverse kinematics is that if I click on this bone and enable this little move tool and press G, you can see that it's actually moving the leg now. And if I click on this bone and press G, it actually folds it down. But we've got a problem with the foot, because as he kneels down now, or as he squats, the foot is Z, then the foot is arm stuff. Then it's actually it's pretty good if you want to move the leg. You don't really know how to pick up those as separate objects here. So this is a good opportunity to learn how to fix that. If something, we can check the other parts here as well. The other limbs are symmetrized now. So press Ctrl. And now the final step is just to press Tab to go out of edit mode, select your character, and then shift select the armature and press Ctrl P. And then we want to set parent to armature deform with automatic weights. And I think Blender is usually really good nowadays to get this automatic weight going properly. We can select the armature here, press Ctrl Tab, and now if we try to drop him down, select the torso, G to move it, and the hat is not moving because it's a separate object, but the character is moving good. We can also try rotating the head, and we've got an issue now with the eye.
This is a short series on weight painting. The scene is simple only from its hands, not from the whole body. B and group C. These groups are still empty, so we can't really use them yet. We need to add vertices to them. There are two main ways to do that. One is through weight painting, and the other is to manually assign them in edit mode. Okay, if I click on group A, I'll highlight it, and that means that it is active, and that means that I'm working on this group. Let's switch to edit mode. And by the way, if the end panel is not open, open it and switch to item. This will be important in a second. When we switch to edit mode, this field changed a little bit. There are a couple of buttons, and to 0.5 and click assign, and then select another vertex that is not connected to the previous one.
I'm gonna turn on the mirror modifier. I don't accidentally, select the arms or the legs or the head or anything like that.
So I've been doing a lot of work in Blender lately, and I've been pretty impressed with setup inverse kinematics or a full character. You can also have, and I'm gonna put that in my lattice folder just to stay organized. I like to be organized. I'm gonna go ahead and add some subdivisions. So if I click on my little lattice tab here, under the W, I'm gonna do like 7 of them. I think is good, and I'm gonna go ahead and copy this over. The other lattices I'm going to do are actually for my face object. So if I look into my head here, I can see I've got 2 eyes, 1 nose, and 1 mouth. Those are each going to get a lattice object. And that's because I'm going to pair the head object to a different bone than what's going to control the face. And when I did this on a layer level in the grease pencil object, so you can also go to the relations